president issued a pardon for you and your wife. Here's what the president said as he defended pardoning a Democrat.
He was treated very badly because he said that people should not be allowed to pour into our country. And he was right. He didn't like open borders. He was on the border. You know, he represents a very respected man. He represents the people on the border, and he saw what was happening.
Despite the indictment and the pardon, you said this will not keep you from running for re-election in 2026 as a Democrat. You are one of the most bipartisan members of Congress. What have you heard from the White House and congressional Republicans since you announced your re-election plans?
Well, look, you know, they know that I'm a very bipartisan way, and I've joked around with some of the Republican leadership on the floor that I vote better than some of their members do, and they agree with that. But look, I'm very bipartisan, and, you know, first of all, talking about the pardon, I want to thank the president. I want to thank the president on behalf of myself and my wife. I want to thank him for what he did. You know, I also want to thank God. You know, it was a very difficult situation that nobody should go under. You know, and we got also to review the facts and the discovery and this thing, and I can say, I really feel that this was weaponization. It was weaponization by the Biden administration.
Your daughter sent a letter to the president asking for clemency for you and your wife. Were you aware they sent the letter? Were you involved in them asking at all?
No, look, well, I mean, yes, I knew that my daughters did that. I got two beautiful young daughters, you know, smart young ladies. They know what mom and dad went through, a very difficult situation. A lot of nights, you know, not able to sleep. They saw the pain that we went through. So as two daughters caring for their parents, they wrote the letter, and the president got to see it. And you know, I trust his judgment, and I thank him for his judgment on this particular matter.
I have no doubt it's a huge relief for you and your family. Let's turn to the issue of redistricting in Texas. It favors Republicans. Now, this map that we are showing our viewers right now will significantly impact your district, Congressman. Given the pardon and the new map, how are you planning to navigate your reelection?
Look, you know, I follow the words of President LBJ, what he said many years ago. I'm an American, I'm a Texan, and then a Democrat, in that order. And so when I go up to Washington, I represent my my district, my country, my state, and I don't go represent my party. And I think anybody that represents their party first before the country is doing a disservice. Now, let me tell you, if you look at those maps, actually in my congressional district, you know, they actually make it better for me. They actually make it 2 points more Democratic. They send me to areas that I represented about 3 years ago. They send me into very Democratic areas. So they actually did me a favor by making it more Democratic.
Due to the high court's ruling, one of your colleagues, Texas Democrat Congressman Lloyd Doggett, is not seeking re-election. What do you make of that decision? What does the Democratic Party need to do in Texas to hold on to as many seats as possible, Congressman?
Yeah, look, you know, first of all, on the redistricting, I disagree with the redistricting in the sense that they did this mid-decade, and we know why they did it, and I just don't agree with that. I think redistricting, I've done redistricting as a state representative, as a secretary, I've seen it through as a Secretary of State in Texas, and now as a member of Congress. I've seen this, and they really should be done right after a census is done, and that's it, and not be changing the lines in the middle of a decade. Like this is the second time Texas has done it. If you recall, they did it in 2003. So we are going to lose members because of the redistricting. You know, they targeted 5. 3 of them, you know, pretty much are Republicans, but I think the 2 in South Texas, Vicente Gonzalez and myself, we will stay blue. And again, we will be bipartisan. I will be bipartisan. And we are going to win this district, because if you look at it, I even got members from the Texas legislature when they were off in Chicago, and they said, Henry, are we looking at this map, your district, correctly? Did they actually make it 2 points more Democratic? And I said they did. Now, they made it a +10 Trump district from a 7.4. But on the TPI, or that is numbers, Democrats and versus Republicans, they made it more Democratic, and I always do better than the national or the state candidates in my district, either way.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.